he really just hit her? I actually want to cry right now. I'm invested now. I'm really invested now. Welcome, readers. So, I'm not gonna pretend that I not already have done this video, and I didn't film this intro maybe on time. But yeah, not gonna pretend that I don't know what will happen in this video. And let me tell you, this was a wild ride. Like, I didn't know what to expect from Colleen Hoover. Like you guessed from the title, I'm reading Colleen Hoover this week for the first time. And honestly, when we talk about Colleen Hoover, it's hard not to have any expectations because she is so widely known, and probably if you watched like 2 videos on BookTube, probably one of them is about Colleen Hoover and the other one is about Sarah J. Maas. So it's hard not to have any expectations, and I did expect this book to be really good, I guess. But I don't know if I will say anything more right now. I think it's best that we jump right on it. Hope you enjoyed this video and see you at the end. Hi guys! So, starting to read It Ends With Us now by Colleen Hoover. My first time reading Colleen Hoover, and I guess let's see what I think about it. Okay, so an update. I'm on page 18, and this book really doesn't waste any time. Like, oh my, we're already in the middle of the action. So started to read, but then my boyfriend and I wanted something sweet, so here's a quick cake intermission. Hi, back at home now, and I'm gonna read some more. Alyssa's brother. It's gonna be Ryle, isn't it? It's gonna be Ryle. Of course the brother is Ryle, I was so right. Of course Ryle fixed her ankle, it was so obvious. Okay, so I was just reading, and did he really just hit her? Like, I was reading this book and I was like, okay, nothing special is happening, classical romance story, a bit of love triangle happening, and then he hits her? Like, oh my god. I wanted to film a clip right about now, and then I came to this last part I read. So I'm on page 155, and he just hit her. Okay, I gotta stop rambling. So 100-ish pages ago, I wanted to say something. When he comes to her apartment and begs her to sleep with him, like, is he for real? Who does that? Who is even this Ryle guy? It's so, I don't know, it's so unrealistic, and who does that, you know? And then I was reading these diary stories, and I felt like it was 2 people writing this book, because diary stories were so freaking good. Like, I was reading them, I was emotionally invested, all those things happening with her mom and dad and everything. And then you come to this present day story about Ryle and her, and it's like, I mean, big time gaps, nothing really is happening, and then they finally sleep together and it's like half a page, so a bit underwhelming. So we have a 100-page build-up, and then the scene comes on and it's like nothing special. Also, can we take a moment to think about how Lily, when she was 15, is this very empathic person and helps Atlas and everything. And when Alisa decides to be honest and tell her that she can get pregnant, Lily doesn't really respond to that in any way. She's like, oh, okay, not gonna respond to this, gotta do other stuff. I don't know, it was just a bit out of character, I guess. Also, when Atlas appears later on in present day, I really didn't expect that to be a love triangle happening. Am I wrong? Is it not gonna be a love triangle? It feels like it's gonna be a love triangle, especially after this freaking part when he freaking hits her out of nowhere. He just... I don't know what to say, honestly. Is Atlas going to get involved right now? Is he gonna, I don't know, is he gonna see the bruise on her face and ask her what's happening and then guess that her new boyfriend, Ryle, is having... Is Atlas gonna see that bruise on her face and think like, oh, is that her new boyfriend doing that? Maybe he gets involved. I don't know. I'm so excited to be reading more of this book. I really didn't expect this. It was like mediocre. I don't know. I had, I guess, high expectations because everyone talks about Colleen Hoover. Yeah, like I didn't really expect that to happen. I'm invested now. I'm really invested now. I actually want to cry right now about this book. Okay, he's sick, but he hit her again. I actually don't know what to think about this, but I really want to see her with Atlas, not with Ryle. I want to finish this book now so bad, but I don't know, maybe I'll finish it tomorrow. So, to say that this book was a roller coaster of emotions would be actually a lie, because that would mean that it involved both laughter and tears, and this was just... I was terrified, disgusted, I didn't laugh. I expected a romance. I don't know if I expected something like Emily Henry, but for sure I didn't get that, and I'm still not sure if I'm glad or not. I think this book is a very important book. It's important to read it for, I guess, every man and woman on this planet. I think it actually says right here on the cover. Yes, actually it says right here on the cover. So, I don't know where to start actually. I don't know which rating I would give this book, but like I mentioned in this video, it was, from the beginning, it was like maybe too aggressive for me. I don't know why I expected the slow burn romance. For sure, this isn't a slow burn romance. Maybe that part with Atlas and the relationship with Atlas, we can maybe call that a slow burn, but somehow that relationship isn't the main part in this book, and at the same time it has a major role in this book and is very important, and I don't really think that's a side story, let's say. I think it's just as important as the present day story that happens in this book. I was actually shocked to read this. I didn't even read what's written here on the back. I didn't know what's this book about, and I don't know. This, like the front page, really, it makes sense now, with the flowers that are crashed and everything. It says here that it's a romance novel. I don't know if I would actually categorize it as a romance novel. I mean, yes, of course, it's about a romantic relationship, but I think it's about so much more. It's about human rights at the end, and it would not be true if I said I enjoyed this. I didn't enjoy reading this because it's awful, actually, what happens to Lily and her mother and every other woman that goes through violence, domestic violence. But I appreciate the knowledge and the introspectiveness that goes through this novel. I have right here, so I have here the next book. It starts with us, and honestly, I'm really excited to read this now because I really wanted this relationship between Atlas and Lily to succeed. But I'm also worried to read this because knowing now how emotionally hard things Colleen Hoover can write, and I imagine this relationship between Atlas and Lily like perfect, let's say. I expect it to be perfect. I'm afraid to see what happens because I guess problems will appear. Yeah, so this was a wild ride. Tell me if you want me to continue this Colleen Hoover reading series, and maybe for some future video to read this book and compare it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and comment down below if you like this video, and I see you next week. Bye!